Go. Perfect. So I'm very grateful to be here with all of you as the minister in residence here at Unity Center of Montreal. And I will be here until May 15th. And I told Dr. Maya this to me, and we had some conversations over the last couple of days, is a divine appointment, not only for me, but with all of you here at Unity Center of Montreal. So I'm very blessed, and you all are very blessed here. Look at your sanctuary. Oh my gosh. The feeling walking in here, being able to stay here and bring the energy here of unity foundational principles is amazing. And all the love and the plants and the flowers, I'm just so grateful. So I could go on and say that for another 20 minutes, but that's all we have right now. So I am looking forward to getting to know all of you more while I'm here. And the reason why I'm here is to really get to know you as a community and to get to know all of you and what your ministry is. We're all ambassadors of God, ambassadors of good. That's why we choose to come here, right? But what is your ministry? What are you doing out there in the world? And I would love to hear that. I have one friend that her ministry is saving homeless cats. So whatever the ministry is, we're all doing good things. We know that's our purpose, right? Is to serve. And so what is that for you? How does that show up in your life? And that is one of the beautiful things we get to share together, because that's something that we all believe in. And that's our foundational belief system. I love the honoring of the different religions. And if anybody has any trouble with religion or connecting all of them, there is one thing that is the common thread that we all hold dear, and that is the golden rule. No matter what religion it is, the golden rule exists. And so how many of you know the golden rule? Do unto others as you would want done unto you. And that's a foundation for all religions. And that is a foundation in unity. We get to bring that in unity with honoring and respecting all the paths to God, to the universe, to our higher power, to Mother Earth, to the cosmos, to the Pleiadians, to wherever your source of energy. For me, I like to say God. And I'd like to just say an opening prayer. Dear God, thank you for bringing this community together. Thank you for the power and the presence and the stillness and the grace here amongst everybody who is loving and kind, and so much community, so much is here in the sanctuary that I'm honored to be here. God, we're honored to have your presence here around us, surrounding us, being here so we could celebrate you and celebrate community and the presence and the power of you, God. And we're grateful, and so it is. So I get to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to be doing over the next 4 weeks. And so I won't be doing it without you. Let's just say that. So I will enroll all of you to participate and to show up and be here. And we can share our ministries with one another. And I like to call myself, I've given myself a name, an ambassador of transformation and change. And why do I do that? Because I know who I am. And I know I have been through a lot of transformation in my lifetime and a lot of change. And it takes discomfort to change. It takes getting out of our comfort zone to transform. And so taking adverse situations and turning them into positive ones is the power of transmutation. which also comes with transformation. So I get to share that with you in a 4-week series that we're going to do a class on Wednesday evenings. And it's going to start at 5 p.m. and go until about 6:30. And that is finding peace through chaos. Wow, is that possible? It's about making friends with conflict. And how do we make conflict our friend? Well, how bad do we want out? Out of where you are, or out of where you're thinking, or out of where we've been. How do I move on or get away from this stuck place? And so there's a little guide we're going to use, and I don't know if anybody's heard of this book. It's called The Eye of the Storm with Gary Simmons, is Embracing Conflict and Creating Peace. So we might maybe say to ourselves, well, I don't have any conflict in my life. My life is just fine. It's perfect. I don't need to change. Well, we're human, okay? None of us like to change. It's just part of the human being, right? Where we do get faced with circumstances or situations where we have no choice but to move forward and move ahead. And that does require a bit of change and transformation in our lives. Maybe it's uncomfortable or we have some discomfort. So we're gonna really deep dive on Wednesday nights into this, and then we'll bring this into Sunday mornings. We'll bring in the next 4 weeks that I'm here. We'll really bring this message in about how the unity principles work as a process. And that's something that, when I came to Unity, when I found Unity 30 years ago, I was supposed to introduce myself and tell you about my Unity history, and you're going to find out more about me as we get to know each other. But when I came to Unity, I was ready for change in my life, and I think most of you have come here because of that. For some reason, that may have been why you walked through the door to find what you were looking for. And most people in Unity found it. We're here. Here we are. We're a community. Okay, but can you explain that to your family, your friends? Do you invite them here? Well, we're not really good at that because this is our sanctuary. Maybe our family wasn't. Maybe this is our sanctuary, our place of that safety, that love, that foundational practice, right? So we get to be that wherever we are, not just here in these doors, but wherever we are. We get to take those unity principles out there and practice them. Woo-hoo! So that's part of this book. So the series is going to we're going to talk about the eye of the storm, but we're also going to incorporate how the unity principles work as a process in our lives. And it's a fascinating aspect, and I'm really excited to share all that with you. So thank you all online. I don't know if I see everybody, but let's just do a grounding. I feel the energy just rising, so we're going to just ground in and do a meditation to bring in this message. So everybody just close your eyes, make sure your feet are on the floor. Just find a relaxed, breathe out, breathe in. Now when we breathe in, we get to breathe in that newness, that new energy, that new air, springtime. And when we breathe out, we get to breathe out anything that is resistance, standing in our way. Anything that feels lesser than. The human body is a machine. We get to do this every moment we breathe, as we're mindful of the power within us. Our breathing in newness and goodness fills every cell in our body. are breathing out any stagnation, stuckness. Past, just breathe it out. And practice with your breath. Seated comfortably. As we feel the presence and the power surrounding us, relaxing in our seats, focusing on our breath, we know that we are surrounded by love and light wherever we are. And we get to be that here as a community. We get to feel that presence together, the newness, the sanctuary, the beauty, the hope. We get to share that as a community here and expand that. As we feel today's daily word was world peace. You get to hold that space. But it starts here with me. We get to start that with who we are, how we show up, what we speak, how we walk, and where we go. We all have the power and the presence of God within us. And with every breath, it's a testimony. When we choose to breathe in that presence, the light and love that comes in. Let's just have a moment of silence, just feeling world peace and community, sanctuary, and unity. Yeah, I'll take a minute and wiggle your fingers, your toes. Remember who you are, where you are. You are connected here. It's your spiritual home. We're grateful for this space. We're grateful for this community. We're grateful for the light and love that expands out from this community in service and in goodness. Thank you, God. And so it is.